because you are not going to be attractive to everyone. I mean, Adriana Lima, Monica Bellucci, Megan Fox, arguably some of the most beautiful women on the planet, you still get guys calling them mid. And yes, it can be because they're bitter, they're sour, incels, whatever, but it also could just be because you are not for everyone. Everyone has completely different tastes. So beauty is subjective, and personality and other traits are also subjective. For some person, you may be too much. For another person, you are not enough and they cannot get enough of you.
First things first, you have to make people feel important. The way I do this is when I am sitting with someone or I'm going out, I make sure I have my full attention on them. I'm not looking around to other people. I'm not on my phone. My phone is not even on site. I will put my phone away and I will talk to the person. I will look at them. And best believe when that person leaves my table, they will leave more confident, feeling better about themselves, and literally thinking that they're a walking blessing on earth.
Number one, we've talked about this in my psychology videos, but wear red. Red just somehow makes someone more attractive. Here's the study for that. Additionally, guys, don't be too smiley or too goofy. And I know I'm telling you to change your personality a little bit, but hey, don't hate the player, hate the game. I'm just telling you the facts here. Girls are more attractive to men who don't smile as much. Conversely, men are more attracted to women who smile more. So it's the polar opposite.
Work on your communication skills. The number one thing that people have always praised me for, random people, my neighbors, whatever, whenever I talk to them, they are like, Liz, your communication skills are phenomenal. Like, it's out of this world. Why? Because I can talk to anyone. Anyone. I'm like a chameleon. I can talk to a very serious person. I can talk to the funniest person on earth. They will all love me. Your body language, when you're sitting with someone, make sure you're always sitting towards them. Never turn your feet away from them or your body away from them, because this shows that you're not interested, or it's almost like, oh, I want to leave, okay? Don't close yourself off. This, if you talk like this is like a barrier around yourself.
Work on your vocal tone. So, men, deeper voices are more attractive, and women, higher pitched voices are more attractive. Likewise for both genders, having a very consistent and slow pace is shown to be attractive.
Another thing is people are less likely to trust you if they cannot see your hands. So make sure your hands are always visible. Don't put them in your pocket. Don't put them behind you, because that will make people subconsciously be less likely to trust you. And a very important thing as well is when you're talking to someone, make sure you keep eye contact. And I'm not saying like this and like crazy, looking at them with crazy eyes. No, just know the art of eye contact. Look people in the eyes when you're talking. It shows confidence. It shows that you're comfortable with the person. Don't be looking around constantly. And if you have a hard time looking at people in the eyes, look in between their eyebrows. It's almost the same thing. They will not notice it. The ability to adapt to different people and different situations. This is a sign of high intellect and high emotional intelligence.
There's something called the cheerleader effect, and it's basically where if people are in a group, they're seen to be more attractive, even if each individual friend is not that attractive. But just being in a group alone will help perceive you as being more attractive.
Understand that we like the people that act the same way as we do. Mimicry is a sign of attraction. Research has literally shown that we are more attracted to people that behave the same way as us. This is so true because, for example, if you see people in a relationship, when they get into a relationship, the partners will literally start to act like each other and even start to look like each other. Why is this? Because our human brain naturally looks for similarities when we're looking for a partner or whatever, because we want them to be like us and to fit in our reality and in our world.
Do not talk negatively about yourself. It is one of the most unattractive things people can do. Number one, you're fishing for compliments. People know when you're fishing for compliments. Not a good look. Learn to self-validate. Two, it just makes you look like you're not confident. And people who are confident are more attractive.
So how you can do this to become more mesmerizing is, for example, if you have a friend or if you have like a date or whatever, then whenever they say something, then try to find similarities. Like, try to be like, oh, if he says like, oh, I love horse riding, say, oh, I like horse riding too. Obviously, don't lie. Like, if you don't like it, don't say you like it. But if you like it, then mention it. So in his brain, he will immediately click like, oh, we have similarities, so we're a good match.
Developing your emotional EQ and becoming good at psychology is so important. It cannot be overlooked. People who lack self-awareness, they're less attractive, especially if you're trying to become friends with someone or bag someone who is very intelligent. They can see right through you. They're gonna see things that you probably don't even see. So if you can't see that, you lack that self-awareness, guess what? You're unattractive.
Say exactly what you mean. See, in this day and age, we have so much miscommunication. People, they think like, oh, I'm not gonna say what I mean. They have to figure it out for themselves. People are not mind readers, okay? Especially in relationships. If you're upset with your partner, say that you're upset. Like for me, it's very important that my partner has communication skills because I am a very big communicator. Like I need to figure out what happened, why it happened, and that's it. We need to talk about it.
Develop good posture. This is something everyone can work on.
Remember the things that people tell you. For example, me, I have a really great mind. So if someone tells me something, they were born on this day or whatever, I clock that and it's in my head. So next time when I see them, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember when you told me that. And they are literally shocked and like, whoa, you remember what I told you? I'm like, yeah, obviously. Or people think, oh wow, she was really listening to me. Like it makes them feel so important. But if you're not good at remembering stuff that are like little or important, just write it down in your notes. Like it's just nice. For example, if you remember people's birthdays, like obviously you can send them a nice card, a gift, whatever. These things are very kind.
Do not criticize, do not condemn, and do not complain. These are traits that will radically make you seem less attractive to everyone in general. I mean, I feel guilty of it all the time. If I complain on social media, you bet I'm gonna lose a bunch of followers because, oh, why does she think that way? Why does she have a bad mindset? That, and also, people just don't want to be around negativity. So don't overshare too much, especially early stages in dating or getting to know someone, because so it can go one of two ways. And remember, I'm teaching the rule, not the exception. Now, we've learned about this in psychology. If you overshare too much, especially about personal information, you can actually overwhelm the other person and freak them out. So don't do that.
Don't reveal everything about yourself. The reason why so many people can be mesmerizing is because they're also mysterious. They're not telling every person they see everything about themselves.
Being attractive is also about just looking healthy, as opposed to being conventionally attractive. You can be conventionally attractive and look like a total slob, okay? And you will not be attractive.
Another thing is look like you love yourself. Look like you take care of yourself. We always want to love other people, but we forget to love ourselves first. You have to look like you love yourself, okay? Look clean. That's it. If you look clean, that's it. You don't need to look overly glamorous. You don't need to like adapt a crazy style. No, you can be simple. You can look clean, and that's it. That's good. And also eat like you love yourself. Put good nutrients in your body. Drink enough water. Hydrate yourself. Do these things because at the end of the day, your body is a big blessing. It's a vessel. You want your heart to go on for a long time, even if you don't want to look physically good. Do it for the health of your body. A person that looks like they love themselves are immediately more mesmerizing. Like you don't even have to try. When people look at you at the first time, this is the first impression they get, right? If you look clean, people will be like, oh, that person really respects themselves. So that's a stamp you set on yourself immediately when someone sees you. Because when someone sees you, they cannot know your character or how good you are or how your communication skills are. Nobody knows that.
But yes, charisma is what makes you attractive as well. Have a good sense of humor, make jokes, take themselves lightly, but they're also able to alternate between being serious and also very lighthearted. People who are charismatic, they are very good with psychology because you need to know how to read people in order to be charismatic.
I also have a great sense of humor. I always had a very good sense of humor. I'm very funny, if I do so say myself. I'm very sarcastic as well. So when I talk to people, it's always very fun to talk to me because we always have like wit back and forth, right? And it makes me more attractive. And also, a good sense of humor is a sign of high intelligence and, again, high emotional intelligence. Become comfortable in who you are, like, and how unique you are. Don't strive to be like someone else, or don't look at other people and be like, oh, I should be like them. You shouldn't be like anyone. Like, you should be comfortable in who you are. You should be comfortable in dressing in the things that you feel comfortable in.
Helping other people out. If you're on a date, literally pay your friend to be in need. and set up a situation where you have to go help that person who is your friend, but your date doesn't know that. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Be unpredictable. It is very alluring and very mesmerizing once you can never expect, like, what is this person next up to.
Okay, be a leader. This one is especially true for the men. Men, you are so much less attractive if you are not a leader. I've collected so much data on this, especially in a world where like dudes are kind of princesses now. You do not need to be conventionally attractive to get the girl. I'm telling you, you need to be a leader.
Act like you're the biggest blessing on earth. See, the thing is with your brain, it has one flaw. The brain is very good, very smart, but it has one flaw, and that is the brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what you are telling your brain. So if you are gonna behave and act like you are confident, your brain will start to believe it and you will start to become more confident. Stay humble though, because I don't think that I'm better than anyone, but I'm also not comparing myself to anyone. Me thinking that I'm the biggest blessing on earth doesn't mean that like I'm comparing like who is another blessing, you know? I don't care about who else is a blessing. You can also think that you're the biggest blessing on earth. I don't care. I just think that about myself in my head, and that's it. I'm not gonna act better than anyone. I'm very humble. Literally, I don't care. But Liz loves Liz. That's it. In my head, Liz. And you cannot catch me talk bad about myself. Literally not. Even if I do something wrong, I say, okay, Liz, we got this. We're gonna not do that next time. Like, okay, I'm very self-aware. So I know when I do something wrong that wasn't good. And I try to fix my behavior. I hold myself accountable, but I also don't beat myself up about it. What's that gonna do? Make me feel worse about myself. Why should I do that? Last but not least, let people meet you at your level. Do not go down so that you can be equal to those people, because you will always end up paying for doing that.